Alrighty guys. So I'm doing this video solely to explain the previous parts that I didn't explain clear enough. So we're just gonna get right into it. So part 1, right? The animation stuff. Alright, so let me tell you, if you download it straight, the animations won't work. Because Roblox just blocks them, like blocks people from using other people's animations. So that's why I save it in this dummy. So when I say export the animation from the dummy, click the animation editor. The animation should be here. When you like click on the dummy, you should be able to like click on the dummy or whatever. But if you click on that, you see the animation. Then you click the 3 dots, export. Now this is how you get your IDs. So after you create new, we're just gonna call this idle. Copy this link gives you the ID. Click OK, X out, go to server script, and depending on which part you want, you will go to your sans folder, summon, go on in the summon, you see idle, click on it, click on animation ID, and just paste it inside of there, and click enter, and that's your animation ID, and that's done. Alright, so the next part. I don't think part 2 had any problems for the most part. Yeah, part 2 was pretty cool. Part 3, I suggest skip. Like, just skip this. Just skip part 3. Unless you really want the barrage to be like that, skip it. I actually made a different barrage in part 8. Part 4, the world. Okay, so a lot of people wanted the range, so I'm gonna fix that now. So if you go into the world script, so we have this range, right, that we have not used. Like we didn't use it at all. So this part is what we have to change in order to do the time skip, or not time skip, but time stop. So we want to do to change this is remove this. We gotta get the characters humanoid root part. Let me just call it humanoid RP. Find first child humanoid root part. Pretty much just gets the humanoid root part of every player in workspace, whether it be an NPC or an actual player. Humanoid root part, and I don't know if we're already using that. Yeah, we're already using that. Okay, so let's call this humanoid. It's like enemy humanoid root part. Now we're gonna use something called magnitude, which is a sort of how do I put this? I don't want to say function, but it's something to measure distance between 2 points. So we're gonna do local distance is equal to parentheses dot magnitude, and in the parentheses we need 2 points. So we need our player's humanoid root part dot cframe dot p, aka the position of our player, and the enemy's position. So now what we do is if distance is less than or equal to range, so if they're in range, then we will freeze them. So now if they are in range, we do spawn function Since we're gonna do a loop, we're gonna put the loop in a spawn function so it doesn't halt or yield the script. Then we're gonna do for J, K, and pairs chars that get children do. And then we're gonna do if K is a mesh part or K is a regular part, because characters of players contain mesh parts and parts. And then we're gonna do K dot anchored. Hey, can't spell. So go to true. We're gonna need another spawn function for the weight. So weight duration that we have up top, K dot anchored is equal to false. Pretty much just freezes the player and stuff. Okay. So now we need to do the disabled, like the stand disabling. So like if we test this out, yeah, we're gonna do a local test. Begin. I'm gonna test the stand ability. I don't think this has a stand. But yeah, I forgot I made this a tool. Alright. So see player 2. I don't know if player 2 gets one thing. No, it doesn't. Make sure I get one. Okay. So you see player 2 can hit and stuff. And if we use time stop, oh, what was that? Oh, that's Barrage, my bad. C, time stop. You see it's frozen, but he can still like punch while he's in it. Let me just try and show you again. Waiting for the cooldown. You can see his stand can still attack. So we're gonna disable that. And what we need to do is access every player's backpack so we can disable their little folder with the stand scripts in it. Well, we can't disable the folder itself, but we can disable the scripts. So I'm gonna clean that up. Go back to the world script. Now we're gonna do another spawn function. And we're gonna do an if statement outside of this. Well, first we gotta make sure we get the player's backpack. So what we're gonna do is local enemy is equal to game.players.get player from character, and Charles is the character. So if enemy, then we gotta get the backpack. The enemy find first child backpack. If backpack, then this is where the spawn function comes in. I'm gonna do a loop. So we're gonna do the same loop like we did up here, because this one is like a different loop and it's not interacting with this. So we're gonna do for J scripts, so we can be specific. Compares backpack.get children do. And we're just gonna put a print method here saying found enemy dot name dot players backpack. This should just tell us if we have, like, this will just show me if I have like any errors or anything, or if it doesn't work. So then we're gonna do, well, actually we should do folder, or fold, for short for folder, and then fold is a folder. Then we do for KNK scripts and pairs fold that get children. Now actually this could be done a lot easier actually. Yeah, we're gonna do the easier way, because this is okay. So we're gonna remove that, right? Now we're gonna have something called like a debounces out of a folder. So what you want to do is go to server storage where your stands at. Nah. So inside of each folder, right? You want to insert a bool value and call it enable. And we'll just duplicate this and put it in all the other folders. Alright, so now we're gonna go into each local script, right? Now we have to reference that enable. So what we do is local enable is equal to script dot parent. So the script's parent is the folder, and then we do wait for child enable. See? So now you can just copy and paste that for all the local scripts. I know this might be a lot to do, but trust me, it's worth it. Oh, this is fun. Alright, so now we gotta come to these if statements. So the if statements, words, dang, workspace, find first child. So these if statements, right? What we can do is and enable that value is equal to false. So as long as this value is not set to true, then it will work. Should probably call this disabled, but I'm gonna keep it enabled. Okay, now we're gonna do it for the others. On the same line as the workspace found first child, player name stand. And repeat for the other scripts. Alright, so after that's all done, we can go back to the script, the world script, and up here we're gonna do local enable. Let's see for the backpack on, I mean not backpack, fold up on first child enable if enable then enable. Pretty much gonna do the same thing with this. So we're gonna copy this, right? I'm gonna change these lines to enable value to be true, and this one sets it to false. So now if I test. I believe the stand is safe, so we can just hop within. We can just hop right in. But if not, then I'll change all the other roads. So oh, he does not. Come on. Crap. Alright, let me do this real quick. So with all the worlds, just copy this, right? And just go to all the other world scripts. And just replace this part. Alright, so after that, well, I don't want to regularly play. I want to test. Stop! Here we go. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna give both of these a stand. Let's give you a stand. Bam. Use his moves. Bam, can use his. Okay. So if we open up the backpack, we click on enable. Let me open up properties real quick. Alright, you see how the value is set to false, right? So now we're gonna do the world. And now this man can attack, jump. He can jump after the duration, but let me try this again and faster. See? Can't do anything. So that's good for the world. Which other part has struggled? Part 5. Part 5 was fine, pretty much. Part 6, custom stands. I think some people had a bit of a problem. But they, yeah, that problem was selecting multiple parts, which I thought everybody knew, but if you just click one part, right, and then hold control or shift, just click another part and another part, and you can move them all, you know? Or you could just, that, but yeah. That's how you click multiple parts. Part 7, saving stands, was the little stand system that just came with an older version of, I believe, stand upgrader. Stand updater. And when your character loads, so if you, well, I could just show you, but if you play right, I got a stand. You look at player stats from the data store, and my stand's name is Star, right? So if I reset or die or anything, then when I reload, I have my stand again. So yeah. Stand upgrader. This is a script. Quite simple. Alright. What's next? Part 8. I can't remember what part 8 was. Oh, part 8 was just like some fixes and stuff. And the new barrage, which is what I showed you now. So I'd suggest go watch part 8, because part 8 is explained more than the other parts. So yeah, go watch that. Part 9. I love how this is the absolute finale. We're at part 12. This was like an introduction of more stands. You can skip this if you want, because I redo the more stands in like part 10. Yeah, part 10. In this long 1 hour part, I did heavy punch and more stands from the arrows. So that pretty much explains that. In part 11, everybody was having trouble with data saves. I guess you couldn't see the script or something like that. It seemed clear to me and a lot of people, but I guess not really. Some of you still can't see it. So I'll show you the data script. Gonna start at the top. So this is the first function, the player edit function. And I'm gonna explain this a little bit. So when you load into the game, this gives your player the player stats folder, and this gives the folder the stand like value, so that value can be changed to save the stand that you have. Local saves, it's just like your save data. Get a sync, so pretty much just getting your data. If you have data, then it sets your stands value to the save data. If not, it just tells you if you don't have data. When you leave a game, this runs, so it finds player stats, sends your player and the player stats through the save data function, and it just saves your stands value as the data. Alright, so now I'm gonna just explain a little bit of how the stand works. So I'm gonna bring up stand 1 for instance. Stand summon and punching. I'm gonna bring up those, and we're gonna bring up the summon and the punching. So the local scripts and the server scripts. So what the server script, the local script of stand summon does, pretty much activates everything. Like this and this is like the most important thing, because when you fire this, right, it makes your stands folder, which is very important, because this folder becomes that component that you need in this if statement right here that finds your stand. Because if it can't find this, your scripts won't run. So that's why it's very specifically named your player name and stand, or space stand, which is what this is. Now when you're changing your stand, right, if you look in summon, you see the dummy. You will replace dummy with your stand. Let's say the stand was called, I don't know, Dio or Dio, whatever you want to pronounce it with, right? And you wanted to make Dio your stand. Anything you see that has dummy, change that to Dio, right? You can even see it wants you to change it to Dio. So that means if you're punching the world, whatever, at this line right here, change it to Dio. And that's how to get your stand. What else can I explain? Huh. I don't really think anything else needs to be. I made Hitbox. So how I made Hitbox was just make a part made transparency like 0.5 when I was testing it. Made the size like 1.1 by 1.1 by 1.1. Called it Hitbox. And when I mean like drag the object into the script, you see on the right on the Explorer, literally you click it, hold it, and drag it into the script. God damn! Sorry about that. Okay. So yeah, that's how you had the hitbox. I explained the hitbox thing. I guess making the stand. So let's say for instance I wanted this to be my stand. Alright. Let's duplicate this. Alright, so what you wanna do, let's go in it, remove the humanoid, click this, hover, you should see the plus, click that, search up animation controller, not to be confused by animation control. I mean not animation control. No words, damn. Animation object, dang. Wait, let me redo this because that looks weird. I don't think it still does that. Let me just change the color of this sand. It's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be black. Yeah, that's appropriate. I'm gonna make it smooth. Alright. So now that it has the animation controller, you could call it anim control. And let's say we wanted this to be the stand real quick. Which stand do I have? I think I have star. Yeah, I think I have star. So I'm gonna go to summon. I'm gonna put him in there. I'm gonna call him star. I'm gonna just call this dummy real quick so it doesn't pick up on star. Okay. I think star is R6 though. Yeah, it's R6. What is that? Oh. Yeah, let me remove that script real quick. No. Let's call this dummy again. I'm gonna call it stand. I mean star. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna remove that script and animate. Which stand uses dummy? I think this one does. Okay, so let's get stand one day. Cause right now we just got platinum. One star. Get another stand that's platinum. Platinum again. Platinum again. Apparently they don't want me to have platinum. I mean regular stand dummy. So I'm try again real quick. Oh my god. Does this only give one sand? Alright, we're gonna keep this. But you understand what I was trying to show. You could just change it like that. So I just remembered the world, right? So say you wanted to change the world's range, right? So let's close out these. Let's open up the world. So the orb is mainly craft, like, words. It's effects. It doesn't really affect anything. It's just for show, pretty much. So it would change the vector 3 values to range, right? And if you want the range to be 500, for instance, then when we go inside, plus n and do 500, then we have that big area. And if we do, let's say 10. I don't know why anybody would use 10, but I'm just showing me how it changes the size and range. So, see? That's 10. But yeah, that's how you change the range. You're gonna change the duration, you just change that to whatever. That's about it. This concludes the JoJo series. Anyways, this concludes the JoJo series. I appreciate the freaking crazy support, yo. Like, it's insane. I think the reason why I just became sick of JoJo is because, like, there was like so many of you guys asking for more and more and more, and I didn't really want to do JoJo. Like, I didn't want to be known for just JoJo and stuff like that. I don't even watch the anime. But I don't want to be just like an anime developer or whatever. So thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a like, sub, share, hit that bell so you won't miss any new videos. One for All Part 2 will come out probably around the same time this video comes out. And yeah, thanks for watching.